You've heard that life is suffering, and also that men need to protect and provide for their close ones. But that will mean my life is suffering, and even more suffering on top of that when fulfilling my masculine duties. Where is there any sign of joy, and will there be any at all? There's joy around you at all times. The trick is to find out exactly where it lies. And that's where the practice of gratitude comes in. Even after being on self-improvement for over a year, I still fail to be grateful for what I have sometimes. I am more ambitious than most men my age, more disciplined, more hardworking, and I am working towards my goals at a steady pace. And some men may even look up to me and feel inspired. But I still sometimes compare myself to men my age who have achieved more, reached further, are working harder, doing more, or doing differently, and even comparing myself to what other men had at my age. And I would cope by comparing myself to someone who's doing objectively better than me. I'm not saying it out loud, but thinking and criticizing them of their way of doing things. Yes, it can be hard, and it actually is very difficult most of the time. But you not being grateful for what you have is making your suffering worse, and also means that you won't get what you want from life. And here's exactly why that is. You being ungrateful and bitter makes you negative and focus on very small things. Why would you move on and keep doing work when you're annoyed that your dog was barking for a long time earlier? Why would you put in time and effort to become the best version of yourself when you still stalk your ex on social media and think shit about her? And don't even start if big and bad things happen. That will make you ungrateful and will make you hold on to the big and bad things for years. And it's not that being ungrateful makes you do those things. It's that your brain feeds into whatever it already believes, and that is called confirmation bias. So if you truly believe that your life is bad and that you have a reason to be ungrateful, you will keep suffering and the confirmation bias will keep occurring until you change your mindset. But by extension, the exact opposite can also happen. Why would you stay annoyed at your dog when you feel energized to sit down and do some work? Why would you keep stalking your ex on social media when you feel empowered to keep improving yourself and become the best version of yourself? And if the question comes up to how would I ever be grateful for difficult things or improve myself? Listen up. There's a quote from Andrew Tate that very nicely puts things into perspective. In the harshest realities of this cruel world, there are people in Syria whose families have been blown to fuck with a bomb from the sky, who are still getting up every day making fucking bread and selling it on the streets so they have enough money to buy a new pair of sandals sometime next year, while you're crying about fucking nothing with your first world bullshit. I can bet that imagining that scenario was quite uncomfortable. So I also bet that you can now imagine a lot of things that you can be grateful for. Doesn't it feel much nicer to have a device to watch videos on now? To have a comfortable space where you can do anything you want with privacy? Even looking outside, the grass looks very nice and green. I'm grateful that I have a dog who has love for me, and I am beyond grateful for having hot running water every single day. You're ungrateful because of your mindset, not because of your life. So after this video ends, turn off your device, go sit and look at your blankest wall and think about all of the amazing things that you have in life. Because there will be at least something that you have in your life that you can be a lot more grateful for that will give you more joy. And then think about how that would translate when you're doing difficult things. You won't even focus on the difficult negative things because you now realize how much good you have in your life. It's like if you open a carton of eggs and one of the eggs are broken. And so you put the whole carton back in the fridge in disbelief instead of just using the other eggs and moving on. And to take gratitude a step further, go without the things that you're so comfortable having or really like having. So for example, go without food for a day, go without hot water, maybe sleep on the floor one night. Those kind of things where not having them would make you very uncomfortable but just wouldn't detriment your health. Maybe spend a whole day being cold, don't put on the heating and don't wear anything warm. That kind of stuff is going to be difficult because you're literally feeling the physical symptoms of being uncomfortable from not having something. And as I'm saying this and you're listening, you know for certain that, for example, if you didn't eat a whole day, the next day when you eat food, you will be so much more grateful for it. You have a lot to be grateful for. You just need to realize it and hone in on it. So certainly think about what you're grateful for and tell me in the comments what exactly that is.